So we're going to start with a nice breathing exercise, and you can do this in sitting or standing, whichever is most comfortable for you. So I just want you to take a nice breath in, and as you breathe out, allow your chin to drop towards your chest, and just take your focus inwards. Can you imagine a central channel of energy running from your head, down your spine, all the way down to the bottom of your pelvis? And when you breathe in, you're going to breathe in down that channel, all the way down to your pelvic floor. And when you breathe out, you're breathing out from your pelvic floor, all the way out through your mouth. So try and breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. So you're just going to do that a couple more times. Imagining that ball going up and down the channel. So this is a nice preparatory exercise which helps you to take your focus from outside to focus in on your own body. And as we spoke about in previous weeks, just doing some simple breathing exercises can really help to de-stress. So when you finish this one, make that your last one and pause. Take your feet about hip width apart and just relax your shoulders. Breathe in and float your arms up. And then as you breathe out, just bring your arms down by your side. So just do that a few times. So we're trying to create nice freedom of movement in the arms and allow your body to be nice and still. So just concentrate on your breath. So synchronizing your arm floats up and your arm floats down. Breathing in as you bring your arms up. Breathing out as you bring them down. This time leave your arms up and just relax your shoulders. You're going to take one foot forward and one foot back. So take your left foot forward and right foot back. As you breathe in, you're just going to open your arms. Imagine you're pulling on a bow, like Robin Hood. So you're leading with your elbow, breathing in as you take your elbow behind you, and breathing out as you come back. So just adding a little bit of rotation through the shoulders, through the ribs, through the hips and the head and the neck. So I want you to think about all those points turning towards the wall behind you. We'll do that one more time. And then we're just going to pause here. From here, can you open your arms and then just look along the length of your front arm and then your back arm. Sweep that arm back around, back to the start. And then let's change sides. So breathing in, opening the arm, just leading with the elbow and breathing out as you come back. So you rotate your shoulder, you rotate your ribs, your hips and your pelvis. Let your head just naturally follow. And one more time, pausing here, open your arms, look along the length of your front arm, and then your back arm, and then sweep your arm back round. So this time bringing your feet back to parallel and bringing your hands onto your temples. As you breathe in, you're just going to come over to the side, and breathing out as you come back. So each movement is synchronized with your breath. Breathe in as you come over. Just notice any tension or stiffness in your spine. And one more time each way. And then come back to the centre. Bring your hands onto your thighs this time. Let your chin just drop down towards your chest. And then cross your arms across your body. As you breathe in, burst your arms up towards the ceiling. Stack your ribs on top of your pelvis and stack each of your vertebrae on top of each other. As you come up, think about drawing your shoulder blades together. I call this exercise a sunflower. So imagine a sunflower, what it does in the morning when it opens up towards the sun. 2 more times, breath in and out. And one more time, nice and slowly. And then you're just going to pause here. Let your head just dangle down. Your back supported by your hands. Bring your hands onto your thighs. So not on your knees, so just a little bit above your knees. And as you breathe in, you're going to lengthen your tail backwards, draw your shoulder blades together, and then just look down about 1 metre in front of you. As you breathe out, you're going to tuck your imaginary tail between your legs, drop your chin towards your chest, and let your head just drop down. So you're breathing in as you arch your back, and you're breathing out as you round your spine. And again, breathing in, and breathing out. And we'll do that one more time. Just have a little pause here. So pause at the end of your in-breath. And then breathe out and pause at the end of your out breath. From here, keep your hands on your thighs and then just bring yourself all the way back up to standing. So we're now going to bring yourself onto your knees and we're going to have a staggered kneeling position. So you're going to take one foot forward, take your right foot forward. If you need more padding underneath your knee, then you can just roll your mat up. Make sure that your ankle is underneath your knee and stack your ribs on top of your pelvis on top of your shoulder, so you feel that you've got that nice posture. Take your left hand across to the outside edge of your right leg. And as you breathe in, you're just going to sweep your right arm up and circle it all the way around. And again, so breathing in, you can track it with your head, your eyes if you want to. And breathing out 2 more times. And breathe out. So breath in as you circle up, and then breath out as you circle down. From here, bring your arms forward and we go into bow and arrow arms. So again, right hand, breathing in and breathing out. We're just going to do opposites this time. Breathing in as you open, breathing out. 1 more time each way. And last one. From here, bring your hands down so they're either side of your front foot. You might just need to walk that foot a little bit further forward. You can tuck your back toes or you can keep them nice and flat. With your right hand, you're going to breathe in and sweep it up. And then breathe out and come down. And then left hand, breathing in and out. You're going to do that once more each way. Big breath in and out. And last one, pausing here. And then come down. From here, bring your arms all the way up and then keep going with that left hand so that you reach down towards your left heel. Can you see how I tried to cheat there by tucking my toe under? You can do that if you want to, or you can keep your foot flat on the floor. It's up to you. And then as you breathe out, bring your arms back down. And again, breath in, windmill those arms. Enjoy that stretch through the front of your body. And breathe out. And one more time. And then just pause here, look down towards your heel, and then look up towards your fingers. And then bring those arms all the way down. Come onto your hands and knees, just give your tail a little wiggle. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So this time stepping your left foot forward. Again, up to you if you tuck your back toes under or keep them nice and flat. And then just relax your shoulders. So this time take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Take a breath in and circle your arm. And just notice if there's any difference between your left side and your right side. So when we do joint mobilizations and stretches like this, these are called dynamic stretches. Make this one, your last one. And then we go into bow and arrow arms here. Whereas static stretches are ones which you hold for long periods of time. And then come back up. Alright, bring both hands down. And then this time as you breathe in, sweeping your left hand up. And then coming down. And then sweeping your right hand up. Let's just do one more each way. And then we're going to just pause here. Bring your hands down. Tuck your back toes under if you need to, if you need some help like I do. Breath in now, sweeping that back hand, your right hand towards your heel. And then as you breathe out, sweeping it back down. And again, sweep up. And one more time. Look down towards your heel and then look up towards your fingers. Plant your hands and then come back onto all fours. So this time you're going to take your knees and your feet nice and wide on your mat and walk your hands forward. You're going to stick your tailbone up so you create that little arch in your back and send your tail backwards. You're not trying to take it all the way back, but just as far as is comfortable for you. And then as you breathe out, come forward. So this type of meditative movement is really, really helpful in trying to release stress and tension in the body, as well as to mobilise your joints and stretch out your muscles. So really lengthen that tail away as you go back. From here, start to just tilt your pelvis under so you can see now, hopefully there's a rounding of my spine. And then it flattens out. I'm just going to drop my pelvis down towards the floor and open up across the front of my chest. So breathing in, tail up, come back. Breathing out, rounding your spine, shifting forward. And we're just going to do that once more. Maybe you can go a little bit further back this time. And then we're going to pause in that lovely lengthened position. Shoulders back, spread your fingers wide. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, just bring your bottom back to your heels. Let your forehead come to the floor. And just pause here, allowing your pelvis to feel stabilised and to feel supported and to feel nice and wide. Just take a couple more breaths, and then when you're ready, bring yourself round. You're going to come into side sitting. So you're going to bring your legs to the right and your left hand down onto the floor. Bring your right hand onto your pelvis and try and sit with your bottom so that it's nice and central, so you get both buttocks on the floor. And then from there, you're just going to start to shift your pelvis forwards and backwards. So what we're doing here is we're really encouraging blood flow to your pelvis and to your lower back. And then we can start to encourage a bit more movement. So like we did when we were opening our arms, we can start to move from the pelvis, from the ribs, now to the shoulder, the head and the neck. And then we can reverse and go back. And again. And release. And then we can add that arm in as well. So we're reaching up and across. And then open wide. So we're going to breathe out as you come forward. Breathing in, this time tracking your hand as you reach behind you. Breathing out. And in. And one more time. And in, open up. From here, lifting your pelvis, pushing your hips forward and just allowing that arm to come behind you. So you really open up, stretch through the front of your pelvis, through the front of your abdominals and down the side of your ribs. Lower your bottom and then switch those legs to the other side. So just notice how different it feels. So for me, it's not so easy to sit this way with my legs this way. My bottom can't quite get on the floor. So once again, just start off by shifting your pelvis forwards and backwards. And then if this feels okay, you can start to then think about going from your pelvis to your ribs, to your shoulder. And then you can add in the arm movements as well. So breathing out and breathing in as you open up. And again, breathing out. And in. And one more time. And then let's just pause here. Can you lift your hips up? So nice and strong in the upper body. Let the arm just come overhead and breathe deep into the side of your body. When you're ready, bring yourself down and then just bring yourself into a seated position. So from here, we're going to come onto your back. So bring your hands by your side, lower yourself all the way down and lie on your back. Float your arms up towards the ceiling and turn your palms to face each other. Just let the back of your ribs, the back of your shoulders and the back of your pelvis feel nice and heavy and connected with the floor. And remember that sensation. As you breathe in, allow your arms just to float overhead. And what happens when they get near the floor? Does your rib cage start to arch up? Or can you keep your ribs on the floor? So this time, don't take your arms quite so far back. Can you feel how you can use your abdominals to keep your ribs imprinted on the floor? So how far can you go before you start to arch your back? And then come back down. So I only want you to go that distance. If you feel your ribs coming off, then pause. So really try to keep your ribs pressed down into the floor. And that way you're having to use your abdominal muscles to be able to do that. And we'll just do that one more time. Breath in, pause here, and then bring your arms all the way down. This time hugging your knees into your chest, curl yourself into a little ball, and then just have a little rock side to side. Place your feet down on the floor, bring your hands onto your pelvis once more and just allow your pelvis to have a little rock side to side. We're going to go into our spine curls. We've done this lots in previous weeks, a really good exercise for moving blood around the pelvis and for helping to relieve any pain in our back and pelvis. As you breathe out, so just tilting your pelvis slightly. And then we're going to keep going, so gently pressing your toes and your heels and wheeling your pelvis up off the floor. Lifting your ribs right up until your shoulders. Take a breath in here and then slowly just wheel yourself all the way back down. So hopefully you're used to that movement now and what it feels like for your body. So let's add on those arm floats. So as you come up, floating your arms up to the ceiling and keep them going all the way back this time. Till you've got a nice straight line between your fingers, your shoulders, your hips and your knees. And then time them as they come down. Your hands will come down at the same time as your bottom comes down. Do that 2 more times. Again, just trying to combine your movement and your breath. So we breathe out on the moving bits. We breathe in on the pauses at the top and the bottom. And then from here, just hugging your knees into your chest once more, hugging your forehead to your knees, having a little rock side to side. Bring one hand onto the top of each knee. Draw your knees in towards you and then push them out to the side, a little bit like frog's legs. And again, in and open to the side. So just releasing off any tension you might have in your hips, in your pelvis, in your low back, changing direction. 2 more. And last one. And then just pause here once again. Hug everything in. Have a little rock if you need to. From here, just drop your head back down. And you're going to cross your right leg over your left. And then hug your right shin in towards you. You might feel a little bit of a stretch and release into the back of the right leg, buttock. So once again, all we're going to do is just slowly hug your knees in as you breathe out, and as you breathe in, just release. 2 more times. And 1 more. From here, release your left leg along the floor. Take your right hand to the outside of your right leg, draw it across your body, and bring your right hand out to the side to stabilise you. Just pause here. And then roll onto your back. Let's do that on the other side. So cross left over right, hug your left knee in towards you. Just notice again any difference between both sides. Just drawing your knees in. You might feel a stretch up through the back of the leg, back of the pelvis here. When you're ready, uncross your legs and then use your right hand to take your left leg across your body. Just pause, have a few breaths here. Rolling onto your back, keep your arms out nice and wide. Just allow your legs to drop out to the side. You might give them a little shake if you want to. Close your eyes. And then go back to the breathing exercise we did right at the beginning, if anybody can remember. So imagining that ball going up and down the channel in your body. And if you can just practice that for another 1 or 2 minutes, or even longer if you've got time.